we last left off looking at the actors group, and we are going to go back to that. I'm going to wait for Boston to get here before we do that, and I think we're going to look at some other stuff. Let's see. So we're going to jump ahead in the timeline a little bit because we're looking at social media. So we've been all over Russ's YouTube channel, the GoFundMe, which that is going to be the next episode, and that gets really good because we figured out the Wayback Machine and we're able to get right onto the GoFundMe and see everything. So it's pretty cool. We got all that stuff and we are going to dissect that on the next episode. But right now, let me see. Let me share my screen. So this is on Russ's channel, McKamey Manor Presents, and this is the summer party video. This is the description. Now, the other descriptions are very, very little. They don't say a whole lot. We are currently moving to 2 different locations. Actually, 3. Like, he couldn't even keep it straight for one sentence. Actually, 3, if you count the one night only show 16 June in New York. McKamey Manor will be open this summer, 2017, for an even more challenging interactive experience, which will be located in Huntsville, Alabama. Resurrection is a solo experience. Get your medical letter and contact me ASAP for an interview. There will also be a toned down version opening this summer as well in Nashville, Tennessee. McKamey Manor Resurrection. So it's literally like the same name. We're back to the old rules. No quitting and no safe word. Like, he put this on his channel. He admitted on this video. No quitting, no safe word. This is in 2017. Cost of admission for a full tour in Alabama will be a $65 donation, payable that day for a specific tour. Now, I don't know. This is one of those things that we go round and round about, donation. Just because it's called a donation, I mean, cost of admission being in front of that. I don't know if that changes. The fact that he just tacks on donation at the end? Yeah, Candace, 36 hours, supposedly. And then it goes into you really don't want to do this. And he gives a sample letter. This is the first time I had seen this. The sample medical letter. I, Josh Jones, MD, know about McKamey Manor, and I have watched the 2015 Scare LA McKamey Manor trailer as seen on YouTube. The proposed contestant, John Doe, is mentally and physically cleared to participate in such an extreme event as McKamey Manor. To the best of my knowledge, participant John Doe has no hidden medical or mental issues that would detour him from participating in McKamey Manor. Signed, Dr. Jones. Little Indiana Jones reference there. Oh, well.
Have you ever just had one of those days?
Yeah, every day.
I know.
So what we talked about so far was I went onto that video that you found with the description and talked about the no safe word that we saw because it's on social media, and that to me is a social media nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, I believe it had the $65 required donation.
Yeah, we read that. It said cost of admission is a $65 donation, which I question. I'm not an attorney, but I question having that cost of admission on there at first in front of the word donation. Does that change the purpose?
No, it's a required donation. Well, so I guess if the required donation was $65 and it was going towards a charity and there was receipts, that it was going towards a charity, then yeah, possibly. But there's no
Right. That's why
charity
I'm just.
mentioned.
I know, and that's why the admission word to me means entrance fee.
Right.
We're gonna go back to 2015 now. Okay, you want to do reading?
Yeah. All right. So this was February 20th, 2015. Hey, actors, keep the Mexico deal a secret. Although I guess it's too late. We have some chatty Cathy dolls out there, lol. I was trying to get the folks nervous about why the passports are a requirement. So try to make it a mystery and not say Mexico if possible. Let them get stressed out about why we need that and let them come to their own conclusions. Going to be epic, all caps. Ready for tomorrow? I'm building the check-in area and mother's room.
So,
I like the
okay,
comment below
never
below
heard.
it too. Never heard of it, so okay. Um,
So, and then I got this screenshot next. This was from Rejects, and we see that the word was getting out today. Russ announced that a hardcore tour will require a passport. Mexican is 18 miles from San Diego. What is everyone's thoughts on this?
Diego. San
Diego.
Diego.
San Diego? Eh?
What are everyone's thoughts on this?
They're Canadian.
Eh?
Eh? Do you think this is Russ saying, hey, I got in their heads a little bit, making them think it's Mexico, but it's not Mexico at all? Or is he saying, I'm definitely taking people to Mexico and I don't want them to know that it's Mexico?
No, he's saying like we want them to think about it
Mm-hmm.
and assume that it's Mexico, but we don't want to straight out say Mexico. Like
Yeah.
Russ with somebody blindfolded and bound in
All
his
right.
car, either in the trunk or in the back of the van, or even if at the passenger seat. Like, and then,
Yeah.
oh, here's their passport, sir or ma'am, as you bring them into a different country and then try to get them back out. Yeah, I mean, that would never happen.
Right.
Yeah, I think he probably was just upset that, like, he wanted people to assume Mexico and maybe word was spreading around that it was Mexico and then he got mad.
Yeah. So this next screenshot is a conversation between Floor, who we saw in the last episode, and Andrew Sweeney. Do you want to be Floor?
Okay. Sure. Bye now. Why is it starting off like that? Okay. Sure. Bye now. And do not even message me again.
You slut. Block me then. Or get a lawyer.
Shit.
Your face is getting trolled.
Jesus. Do you have anger problems? Does a part of your brain not function well, perhaps?
Perhaps. I'm just a bored 40-year-old loser.
You are, yes.
Oh, wait. That's you.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, and then we can skip a bunch.
I know you were trying very hard to insult me, but it's not going to work.
Shut the fuck up, dumb. I know you're trying very hard to become someone, even if it's at the expense of someone else. Fat cat lady.
Jeez Louise, we needed a trigger warning for this one.
Like, whoa!
Oh my god.
This is one of the people that are an actor for Russ.
Yeah, we've watched his tour, right? These are the same kind of things that we saw on part 1 of Social Media Nightmares, where people were saying like just really awful shit to the so-called haters, and then Russ was encouraging them to keep going and send me your screenshots of you talking to people this way.
This is just sick to talk to somebody like that because they don't agree. And we've seen Flora in the past say stuff like, I'm sure some people have enjoyed themselves, but because some didn't, we need to also listen to them as well. Like, Flora seems to be very open-minded
Yeah.
to the possibilities that can be,
Mm-hmm.
and is just being hit with this hate. And at what point do you just start hating them just as much when they're
Right.
talking to you like this?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely terrible. So then there are some comments under that picture that start a conversation. Okay. I'll read Adam or Andrew.
Andrew.
But will somebody throw Anthony an insult on my behalf? That little ginger is trying to speak all mares of Fackley on the post like anybody gives a shit about his ginger opinion. Like, this is some dude.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Gross. This was the same person who said on that Swedish TV show that they look up ways to mentally break people. So Tara says, and keep in mind, guys, this is the actors group, right?
Yes.
So this is them now talking about the post from the other group, or the haters group, I should say. Floor keeps posting your convo so everyone can all agree what a piece of shit you are. Some of the reject hoes are trying to rally to kick me out too, but I think Floor likes me for some reason. It was entertaining today, to say the least. Our server crashed at work, so I couldn't totally do anything in the office today. But that's a good way to spend your day at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russ, I will send that first thing tomorrow when I get in. Oh, the
Andrew.
conversation, knowing that okay.
Mm-hmm. Andrew says good. Russ says, which conversation is she posting? Stuff from the actors page? So that's the group we're in. He's nervous about stuff being posted from this group here.
Yeah.
Andrew says, LOL, no, our personal conversation.
Tara says, no way. Nobody can see this. Fast forward. How many years later? 8 years later?
Yeah, I love that. So now we're going to get into some serious stuff. This next set is one of the posts that probably had the most comments after it. And there is a lot more comments to the post than what are there. So I think a lot got deleted. But this is a pretty serious one. This is one that I had to cover up because it showed a person's medical records. So I did block that out. So Floor says Jess finally decided it was time to show everyone proof to back up the accusations. Broken nose, broken cheekbone, torn sinus cavity, surgery. Pick some medical reports. Pick some medical reports and of his face after the tour and after the CAT scan at the hospital.
Oh, who was he with? Was it Danica? No, we know. Oh, Tao.
No, Jesse did go with someone. I don't
He
have it.
was around this time period, right? Because this is 2015.
This is, yes, and I believe this is a few months prior. So this 2015.
Yeah, I think it was December of 2014. So it's like
Yes.
right around the time period that we're covering in this series.
Yeah, the pictures are very shortly after. He just is now starting to talk about the incidents that happened.
So again, I just want to like remind, because it gets confusing. So every time we have a scenario like this, I want to remind people what we just looked at was a photo, a screen share, that one of the actors, I don't know, Ryan Lawrence, it looks like, took from McKamey Manor Rejects, the hate group that was active at this time, took that someone else posted and then shared it in the actors group, and now we're watching them discuss it privately. So none of the stuff that they're saying has been read by other people other than the actors, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right.
So Russ, if this was the case, why didn't he say anything right away? Why dose the reports say I can't read it?
Ryan says, I don't know. He was fine afterwards. I think he went out and got drunk that night and got his ass beat.
Could be. All that was wrong was the inside of his mouth. That was it. So there was something wrong.
Yeah.
Who knows what he did afterwards?
Ryan, exactly.
So Steve says, Russ, can we get a little video of him on the couch talking to all of us? Russ, I have it, but I don't want to post it on Facebook. Too many moles. I did not see anything except for the cut inside mouth, and that stopped. How was he with Steve and Nick? Was he talking? You're right.
Then Ryan, yeah, Russ, you should release him chatting and joking around with all of us afterwards to shut him up. So the same thing like we saw when we watched the first Rides of the Haters video with Danica and Tal, and they were surrounded by the actors and sitting on the couch, and we all took a deep dive into that video, and we could see that, yeah, there was moments where there was laughter and there was like, that was great or whatever. I can't believe I did that. But if you take a second to really look at what the person is saying and their body language and who they're looking at, you can see everything isn't as it appears. They're surrounded by people, and like Facepalm just said, yeah, you want to get the fuck out of there. So you're going to sit and say thanks for the great time and then leave.
And then Russ says, like I said, that could have happened anywhere. Why didn't he say something right away? You want to be Nick too?
No, but I will be. Yes, he was fine on the drive to the gas station, talking to us and everything.
It doesn't say. So somebody said something in between those two. All right, then Chad.
I call 100% bullshit.
I like how you gave Chad a voice.
Yeah, I will have to differentiate.
You really honed on
I'm
Chad,
playing like 4 different characters.
I know. Look at you go. I just watched the video again. Nothing more than the mouth smiling. What? With the makeup, he looks pretty destroyed. He was acting normal while on the couch.
After a while. He was acting normal after a while.
After a while?
That's
he was acting normal after a while.
After a while. I wonder how he was before a while. Ryan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my fingernail cut him a little bit on the gum, but that was it. Also, like, get your fingers out of people's mouths, people. I don't know why that's such a thing.
Well, he's not allowed to have his fingers around people's necks anymore. So...
Oh, no, I'm sure that has gone out the window by now. I'm sure, because what was it, 2 days later, where he was like, when I said no drowning and choking, I didn't really mean, like, ease up at all. And so and again, all of these are being uploaded slowly.
Yeah.
Or are they there? I don't know, but
people don't have access to it yet. It will be.
Okay.
Soon.
So you guys, Chris picked out like the ones that he thinks are important to look at.
I did a quick scroll. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are, every once in a while you'll see in the group a new actor's name and like a hey, can't wait to work with all you guys or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just like disappear. There's never like a goodbye one. But every once in a while you'll see like an introductory one.
So Russ, after Ryan talks about cutting him with the fingernail, Russ said, I do a close-up and I can see the gum cut. That's it. He was a weak one from the start. I wish he never tried. You could have called it at any time.
Oh, and it goes on.
Yeah, it keeps going, yeah.
Wow.
Are you Steve or am I?
Well, I can't read that up top one.
Oh, that was the one I just said.
I think you're just Russ and I'm everyone else. Okay.
So he said, I do the close-up. I can see the gum cut. That's it. He was a weak one from the start. I wish he never tried.
We need a little video, Russ.
It looks rough, like he's bruised.
We can call his doctor. His name's on there. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, I just realized what they're talking about. We can call his doctor because the doctor's name is on that medical
Yeah.
information that was shared in the other group. Which, like, that was kind of like a really for Floor. Even though we like Floor, she's team anti MM, right? But yeah,
I think
probably shouldn't have been
Jesse
shared.
shared those. Jesse shared those, and she shared that. Because she said Jesse has shared all of this.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe. Either way, it wasn't a good thing to do.
No.
But wow, we can call his doctor. And notice how many of the actors keep saying, like, well, we need a video. We need something to show that we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
like, they're the ones worried because they know what they did. Right. Like, but he seemed fine, like, on the couch after a while.
Right.
Like, get a video of him smiling. What they're saying is, Russ, manipulate a little video like you did for Danica. Because that worked real well after we traumatized those people, right? All right. And then Chad, doctor won't give you any information about him without his consent.
That's a good idea, but they wouldn't talk. I can't even see where he went. It was the next day, it looks like.
Jeez.
So Russ is saying, that's a great idea. We should call the doctor. But they're not going to talk because Chad has already been the voice of reason.
Wait a second. The waiver might be hard to cover serious injuries or death, but a deviated septum is nothing. Okay. So that's almost like an admittance there from Tara being like, well, this waiver
Yeah.
probably can't actually cover us from any serious injuries or if someone died, but like a deviated septum's nothing. The waiver will surely cover that.
Right. But this is also acknowledging that he did have a deviated septum.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, but Steve Pure is a dumbass. Well, this is funny. His doctor's a radiology doctor.
He got a CAT scan.
Because he got a freaking CAT scan, dude! What does he think radiology... Is he thinking, like, radiation for, like, chemo?
I don't know.
Or not chemo, but for, like, cancer patients?
I don't know.
His doctor's a radiology doctor. No shit, Sherlock. Waivers don't cover you at all. They pose to assure consent and acknowledgement of risk, which will help cover you. Yeah. Alright. I can't be everyone. You be Ryan.
Okay. Even if so, the waiver should cover any injuries, correct?
His buddies, this is Nick Baldwin, his buddies probably beat his ass back home for being a puss and lasting 10 minutes.
Then Russ chimes in. Depends. He did sign the latest 5-page waiver, so that's good.
And then Brittany says, it does. Oh, in response to Ryan's question, maybe?
Yeah. Nothing different happened to him than anyone else. The waiver is pretty solid. Just read it again. Andrew.
So it covers serious injuries and death? Sorry.
It's solid. Not rock solid, but solid.
Andrew Sweeney says, they just kicked me out of the rejects page. I don't know. Is that a no?
Yeah.
No shit, because you just said a ton of horrible shit to somebody.
Yeah.
To multiple people. I was just getting started.
Why? Get back in. Russ needs his moles.
Get back in. Why? Get back in.
Someone from server all years ago just sent me a screenshot with him asking all these leading questions. Who is this clown?
What's with the like triple space, double space between sentences thing? Rebecca says, not sure. We'll let you know if I hear anything. Nick Baldwin, who's also me. Phil Forniabo?
Fornibo.
No, Forniabo.
Ryan
Uh,
says, I despise that guy. I'm pretty positive that's a fake profile. That's not his name. Who knows who it really is?
he lives in my. No,
New
sorry. He
York.
lives in New York. $500 and I'll take care of him.
I'll help. Fuck that guy.
All
Do you
right.
think he meant to have a period there?
Oh gosh. This
um,
is an unhinged
but
episode.
wow. Nick is like $500. I'll take care. I mean, I see how that sounds.
Yeah.
You know, because this guy is looking into them because of a bad experience. Like, why is this so serious? And I know some people are probably going to look at this and be like, "Oh, they're really being nitpicky," and they're saying, but these were private conversations amongst friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Amongst actors and the
yeah.
creator of an extreme hunt that
Mhm,
was supposedly safe,
mhm.
according to them. All right. Nick says, "So we got someone new joining the team soon?" Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? And then Andrew says, "Who?" And
And
then Nick
then
says,
Nick puts a
sends a
post.
bunch of screenshots, which are probably
So
from
this is from
rejects.
yeah. Well, no, this is from some girl named Anna. It's from her profile. And
Hmm.
says, "Looks like I'm going to San Diego soon. Can't wait to scare. Feeling excited with Russ McKamey."
Hmm.
And then if you look at the bottom, it says, "Can't wait to join the team." The actors are like, "What the fuck?" You know? And then we got more of that conversation.
Rebecca says, "Guest actor?" Question mark.
And so we see a conversation going on with people talking, but Anna is there again and says, "I will be a guest actor there. I'm stoked. This is my passion." Now,
You're
read
Ryan.
the. I'll be Ryan. Is she even old enough to go through?
And then Andrew points up. LMFAO. True dat. I'm sorry. That's so
And the
cringy.
reason why I showed all these was for Nick's comment.
Neither was Kay. Yep, that was the last episode, is when we had
Last
the.
episode, they said Kay
Mm
was underage.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Neither was Kay. That verifies 2 times that Kay went through underage.
Right, and like, why is Ryan all like, she isn't even old enough to go through? You went through, Ryan. You had a 15-year-old giving you medical care
Mhm.
and other teenagers.
So we don't have to read this next one. It's basically the actors really confused with Russ on why they don't know about it.
Okay.
The
Did you say
question.
you're not going to read it?
No, I wasn't because there was nothing really there
Why?
besides saying, "Russ, who is she?"
Okay, but
And
you
then
have to
somebody
remember,
said,
not every. Okay.
"Russ, you got some Spaining to do." 2015. I'm sorry, 7 April 2015.
7 April.
Because of Russ. Because that's what he
And the
does.
Canadians.
Oh.
Hey, Amber.
You saw the post, I'm sure, about the price. Until we can find a building, which is not cheap, we're going to try to run the haunt out of the house. Somehow, I have to try to make enough to keep the haunt going. Insurance, water, electrical, food, etc., is going to continue to be expensive. I hope you're on board for this. Once we get back into the black and where we are able to run a lot of people through, I'll be able to pay actors, etc. Running a couple of people through will only keep my head above water. This is a very expensive hobby, so let's see if this can really happen. What do you think?
this was around the time when Russ had made a post. We talked about it briefly before. This wasn't the GoFundMe necessarily. It was when he was like, all right, we're going to have to start charging a lot. We're going to have to start charging, and we're going to have to start charging a lot. Like, it's not going to be cheap. But then he never said how much. It was like a random post when he's so just, God, like the stuff we were watching last night together. Like, he just makes it up as he goes, man. He's like, he's a professional bullshit artist.
And then running a couple people through will only keep my head above water.
You already said this.
I know.
Oh, that part?
Yeah. Because that means he's getting money.
Oh. Good catch. Steve says, I don't want to be paid. I just want to be part of it. The lunches in Gatorade are... Wait. Gatorade. The lunches in Gatorade. I'm not even trying to say it weird. That's just how it's spelled. Are plenty enough.
Thanks, Steve. Hopefully, one day.
Nick Baldwin says, sounds good to me. I'll be gone. LOL. Oh, cause I think he's in the military.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, and then we got another one. This is a different post. All right, Russ McKamey, 17 April 2015.
Can you just say it normal?
No.
Okay.
Love all the folks who think they actually have a shot at completing the tour. That's all up, you guys. Are you going to let anyone break your record? I'm thinking not so much.
Stop.
What?
You're butchering this.
Okay.
Because this is important. So I'm going to say it with the emphasis on the syllables. Love all the folks who think they actually have a shot at completing the tour. That's all up, you guys. Are you going to let anyone break the record? I'm thinking not so much. I'm fucking it up too. Let's just hope I can get insured. Otherwise, I'm near sure what will happen. Okay, hold on. Let's think about that.
There's a lot to this.
I know. That's why I'm like, let's really think about this. Love all the folks who think they actually have a shot at completing the tour.
Yeah.
That's all up, you guys. Like, that's done? Or is he saying
No,
that's all because of you guys?
That's all because of you guys. So, people thinking they actually have a shot to complete it. He's acknowledging that people don't have a shot to complete it, right?
Yeah, that's all up to you guys.
You
Are you going to let anyone break the record?
Right.
I'm thinking not so much. So he's saying,
you guys
I'm
aren't
loving that people think
anyone.
they actually have a shot to complete this. You're not going to let that happen. No. Let's just hope I can get insured. Because, like, I know you guys are going to start beating people worse than you're already beating them.
Yeah. Like, that's a
Otherwise,
lot.
I'm not sure what will happen. So this could be two things. This could be, like, otherwise, like, I know the intensity is going to ramp up because all these people think they can actually complete it, but you guys aren't going to let them. So hopefully I can get insured so it will cover, like, medical expenses and shit when you guys break people's bones. Or... it could be saying, let's hope I get insured so that we can, like, do more tours. Otherwise, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do McKamey Manor anymore. Because this is also, keep in mind, GoFundMe is up and running. Ooh, interesting. I don't know how to take this. So somebody shared this under what Russ just said about the insurance and all that.
It was probably Steve Pure, because Steve Pure posted this in McKamey Manor Rejects.
Okay. Steve Pierce says, want a refund? Nope.
Then Steve shares a post. So this is a post shared of a post. We're doing Inception here.
Russ, this is a post inside of a post inside of a post.
Yeah. Russ says, new McKamey Manor update. Full admission refund price.
No,
all you
full
have
admission
to do
price
is
refund.
Price refund. All you have to do is complete the tour. Simple as that.
Does that not say right there he's charging admission?
Yeah.
At the same time that he has a GoFundMe going?
So this is under what we just saw.
Mm-hmm. Challenge accepted. I won't let it happen. I promise you. Who exactly decides when the tour is complete? Good question, Akasha. Very good question. Here's the thing. How dangerous is it not only to have, like, we all know Russ is all about, like, no one can complete my tour, and it's a ego thing, and we all know that about him, but how dangerous is it to have actors who their only real instruction goal, like their only measure of success in Russ's eyes, in their eyes, on if a tour went well, was if they did everything they could to make sure that participant had no chance of completing it. All right, so this was Russ McKamey, April 27, 2015. So we're still in the same month here, guys. So let's keep that in mind, too. And Russ says,
look who's working this weekend, for sure. By the way, there is no way we can let Christina Busters make it 5 minutes. She completed all 6 hours of Cracked, the copy haunt in England. She was saying how brutal and tough it was, but she did the whole tour. We need to show them what tough is. Anyway, let me know about Saturday.
Right, because most extreme haunts actually do make it possible to complete.
Mm-hmm.
They actually make it possible. They encourage you to try to complete it. A lot of people can't complete them because they are so difficult. But he's like, they weren't tough because he's looking at these other extreme haunts saying they're not tough enough or scary enough or extreme enough because people can complete them. There's no way. Telling his actors, there is no way. What will you guys do for me to make sure she doesn't complete it? I know when we interviewed her, she said the third was the worst for her, but the second's
brutal.
It's
third,
brutal.
But you know what? We don't know how brutal the third is because we haven't seen it.
Because we haven't seen it. She doesn't have footage of it either.
So, but he's saying, don't let her make it 5 minutes. She lives in Kuwait. Like, she's going to travel here, you know? It's ridiculous.
Does he say 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Where?
At the very top. No way we can let her make it 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, but again, remember, like, all his videos where he's like, but it's a video, right? So that's the weird part. To me, it's like, I feel like some of these actors at some point are a little bit brainwashed. And I use the term brainwashing lightly. But to me, I feel like we've all seen his videos and we understand the trend where he says, they quit. They didn't last. Look how tough they think they are. They didn't last more than 10 minutes. And then it shows like a footage of apparently 10 minutes in where they're like, I quit. But then it's like 3 more hours of video and so it's like, okay, does he mark when they quit, when they say the word I quit for the first time as like how long they last, but then continue to keep them there without their consent for hours and hours since there is no safe word? Or is it just like a weird, like he's like, oh, they didn't last 10 minutes. And like, we all know it was 2 to 3 hours and his actors all know it was 2 to 3 hours, but it gets so stuck in their head, that rhetoric of how short of a time. Cause we've talked to some of these actors and they have told us that there was no one, like the shortest tour. We've interviewed several people, including, well, a lot of them have been shown here in the series. And I think the shortest they said was like maybe 45 minutes. And that was the girl that came like last minute. She had absolutely no idea what to expect and freaked out and swung on someone. And that was the shortest. So I don't know, but you see the actors in this Facebook group like parroting him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an alternate reality they live in. All right. Russ McKamey, May 20th, 2015. So we're still in spring of 2015. Howdy, folks. Meeting another new actor today. Looks like a good one. Please let me know who's still really going to be involved once we're open. I need to make plans to make sure we have all the key roles filled. On another not, it's going to be tough. On another note, it's going to be tough to keep the doors open because of the cost of the new insurance. It would be different if I could charge a fee, but that looks impossible but that looks impossible according to a couple of lawyers. So, not sure what to do, but I'll keep you posted. If any of you people know who would be interested in working MM and who you trust, please talk with them. Thanks, everyone. P.S. Anyone working this Saturday besides Eric Flynn and myself? Am I going crazy? Was there not just a post from like a month prior where he was telling everybody how he's gonna be able to start paying them soon once he gets his head out of water?
Right. Well, he said, I'm just barely keeping my head above water.
Right. Which I do have to say, looking back at the way that comment was written, could mean that he is profiting from the haunt, but it could be like I'm barely keeping my head above water by self-financing this and
possibly,
and my home obligations, which we know
right.
Or have heard that allegedly Carol took care of a whole lot of those expenses on her own for the both of them, but still.
Yeah. Then Rebecca just says she plans on still being involved. Steve apparently made a comment but deleted it because Russ says, thanks, Steve and Rebecca. I hope you make some good progress. Ryan, I don't know what he says. Apparently, I didn't finish sharing that post, so it was probably just a bunch of people saying I'm still in. All right, so Cracked is a haunt in the UK. On my old channel, I actually did an interview with the owner of Cracked. They are also known as Faceless Ventures. And they are a big time extreme haunt. They are a very rough show, but they are a business, right? You don't hear these horror stories that you hear from MM. You don't hear the drama circulating like you do from MM. They're like how Crucible is, right? You don't hear stuff. They're a business. So this is crazy. Cracked. The haunt that basically ripped off MM even copied our drowning pool. LOL. Man, I'm glad someone is making money off of my ideas. Carol Schultz posts the picture in the actors page. I mean, he literally made the post.
You know what the
in the
difference
actors
is, though,
page.
on this picture? Is it looks like that person is sitting up. Not that I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but the other one, it's like that you're literally laying completely flat down. The
Underwater?
bars. Yeah, the bars are right here.
Yeah,
You're
so
like this much of you can breathe, and you're being
so what
pushed
you're
down.
saying, Boston, is there is a tub this person is sitting in. However, their head is above water.
Yeah, their whole body, like half their body, is above water.
Yeah,
and stuff's being poured on them. Yeah, but according to us, that's them stealing his idea, I guess.
Hey, look, it's MM. No, I guess it's not LOL. Christina B. I think she's wonderful and all, but MM has a show everyone who's the boss
Has to
show everyone who's the boss, which means fast break.
This is the start, I think, of him getting really upset when people that do MM start doing other haunts. We've heard that from so many people. And then Carol says, you guys need to ask to join the closed group Cracked New Subjects. It's like NR, but a lot of the people
New reservations.
But a lot of the people are asking about MM.
How do I join the copycats? Please send a link. And then she sends a link to their private group. So he had to run over there, toot his own horn.
I just want to know, when did it become about, well, we do know when, but we're at the point now. So throughout the Rise and Fall series, we've seen this evolution, and we are up to the 2015 year when it comes to tours, right? Tours, not tours. And we've seen the progression and how it really started getting bad in 2014, but like you could see the hints of things that were like not acceptable starting as far back as 2012 when it was like a boo haunt. But when did that at this point it's completely not about scaring anybody.
Mm-mm. It's just about breaking them.
It's just about breaking. It's just about hurting, breaking, or endurance, like tap out as quick as you can. But they're like, you don't hear in any of the actor and Russ conversations anything about scaring. That has completely gone out the table. Whereas back in 2012, even when that's when we started seeing like these small elements of it being more hands-on, kind of like leaning towards possibly becoming an extreme haunt. Children were still allowed to go through and everything. But we started seeing those differences. There was still a lot of jump scares and effects and that kind of thing. So this was June 8th, 2015, posted by Ryan Lawrence in the Actors Group. So I was thinking, in light of some of the previous shit head actors, this is written horribly. In light of some of the previous shithead actors that turned on us and went running their mouths about all of our secrets, what do you think about to be an actor? You must sign a non-disclosure agreement. That is, I'm sorry, that's a really horribly worded post. So I was thinking, in light of some of the previous shithead actors that turned on us and went running their mouths about all of our secrets, what do you think about the idea to be if you want to be an actor, you have to sign an NDA? Okay, so this is Ryan proposing the idea of making new actors or any actors sign an NDA so that when they leave McKamey Manor, they legally can't run their mouths about all the secrets. Is it just me, or was that worded like so confusing? Anyways, Steve responds saying, and if you talk about it, me and Ryan will make them pay dearly. Okay. And then Ryan, we hate rats. And then Ryan, first rule of McKamey Manor, you don't talk about McKamey Manor. Steve, Peter, second rule to McKamey Manor, see rule number 1. And then Carol comes in saying, I already drafted one for everyone to sign. Smiley face. Okay. So what do we think about that?
Birth of the NDA?
Yes. Well, I don't know at this point if there was an NDA for participants already. That's possible. But there wasn't one for the actors.
Right.
So this is at least the birth of...
Well, technically, isn't there one for all the actors since they signed the original NDA? Because they all went through.
Yeah, possibly, but that could be like you can't talk about your personal experience, and now that they're actors, you know, they get to see all the behind the scenes and everything. Yeah. So I don't know.
Conversation continues. I agree. Too many people talking.
I already f***ing told everybody everything, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'll be Nick.
I don't know why that's Andrew.
That's not going to stop them, though. Then they can get sued.
Then they can get sued. And then Tara says, litigation is such a pain and it costs a lot of time and money. Peer pressure is probably more influential. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. It's almost like she's giving advice for the future that is not working, but is making someone look like a total ass and getting themselves in possible legal trouble. I don't know. That's so weird.
Then Nick has to come in beating his chest again. I'm totally fine with being some ass, but rats are rats.
I'm totally fine with beating some ass, but rats are rats. Why is there a but there?
It's Nick.
Um,
All right. Do you want to read this or you want me to?
yeah, I'll read it. Russ McKamey, June 9th, 2015. Howdy. Ew.
Howdy out there.
No, howdy. Who out there, or someone you might know, has the skills to make a gibbet cage? It's the old torture cages from medieval times. You've all seen them. The person hangs from the cage from the overhead. Ours doesn't have to look just like that, but something large enough to fit a big guy in. See, there's my point again about big guys. But also nice and closed in. Something industrial looking, all metal. Doesn't have to look pretty, just scary and built super tough. I know someone within our group has these skills or knows someone. What do you think? Just give me an idea of the cost. Cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, see if I. Okay, so this is more to show some cheapness out of anything. So Ryan, well, Steve and I know some guys that custom make things you want from steel, but they aren't cheap. Not complicated, just a cage to hang the folks in. How much do you think?
You said 500 to $1,000. Depends on the size.
Wow. Steve says, I can hit up Pity Fab too and ask him, Russ, I could do the 500 if he could make it crazy cool. Steve, and it's all guaranteed work. I would help throw a little in on it. Russ then sends a picture of what it looks like. And I did. He goes on like 3 more pages of talking about how he wants this cage, and it can't cost $1,000. He tries getting it down to 100, I believe. All right, so the next one is kind of a long one. Attention, friends. This is from Russ on June 25th, 2015. Attention, friends. Here is the latest news. 2 days ago, I lost my job of 13 years. I put this on here because, like, 1 day ago, he says that he quit his job of 13 years. And then, like, the same day, it's a couple more days later. Like, he changes the dates of when he lost his job. That's, there's nothing.
Where was the post where he said 1 day ago and it was a different date?
It's in the actors group when people go to the website and can see it.
All right.
But anyways, 2 days ago, I lost my job of 13 years. That is why I sent out the request to all of you for a building to partner up with. Everyone was so kind with their offers, and I thank all of you. It looks like we found the perfect location in McLeansboro, Illinois. Long story short, we have to move quickly. I cannot afford the San Diego home any longer. Does anyone have any connections with moving, shipping, or trucking companies to move the house/haunt to the new locations? Funds are super tight and it's very scary. Any help or suggestions would be most welcome. Also, is there anyone who would like to help me dismantling the haunt? On a side note, for those folks who donated to the GoFundMe, nothing has changed except the location. Will be taken to the next level, and I will see all of you for a special VIP experience in the near future. r/Russ McKamey.
Yeah, so this was shared in the actors group, but it was also copy and pasted, and I would assume put in the reservations group.
Mm-hmm.
It was an update under a video called GoFundMe Update, where he explains that the GoFundMe is changing. This will definitely probably be a post that we see again when we do the GoFundMe episode.
Mm-hmm.
Steve says train shipping is the best bet. Andrew says, I'll help for a few hours on Monday. And Nick says, are you selling your house then and completely uprooting? Nick loves to do 3 Question marks. Also, like, nothing's changed except the location, and then he's like gonna announce the locations in a different state. It's like, well, what if there were people that donated because they want to be VIP top of the list because they live in San Diego or California and they don't want to, they can't afford to get to Illinois, or they don't want to go to a different state, you know? So that's kind of shitty too. And also, again, he always puts the cart before the horse, right? He lost his job 2 days ago, yet already it's pretty scary. He's in fight. Yes, losing a job is scary, but already 2 days later, we're gonna have to pack up and move. Who knows a good moving company, and someone help me dismantle this stuff. Like, whoa, that was freaking quick, right? Lost your job, so you're immediately packing everything up when you don't even know where you're gonna be able to move to yet, or what you can afford.
This is a random one. I don't have what post this is associated with. I was going to skip it for this, but then I just kind of read it. All right. So this is a screenshot that was put. The December 16th is when I took the screenshot myself.
Right.
But
yeah, it's kind of hard without context to know what they're talking about.
Well, you'll see.
Okay.
All right. So Andre. Wow, I've never seen that video Floor posted. Does anyone know what happened to those guys? Anthony. You want to do Anthony?
Let's just go back and forth, yeah. I actually live my nightmares every day just trying to make a living. This would be a great place for Obama? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Is that Nick Baldwin's alt?
I don't know. And then Nick Baldwin chimes in. I like how you guys are looking for answers from a girl that barely worked one show and the other that got kicked out before all this blew up for underage drinking and inappropriate interactions with Dallas, who was supplying the underage drinking. FYI, she was never working for any of the controversial tours, maybe the SpongeBob chick, but that's it.
So they're talking about Danica and Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes got kicked out before all this blew up for underage drinking and inappropriate interactions. Like it was her fucking fault. Those are the words you're going to choose to use, Nick? Interesting, because they're the same words that we know Russ and Carol used as well.
This is another one. I believe. Oh, okay. So this is the comment thread that screenshot was in, but I still don't have the post. How I got kicked off by Nick. Nick says, "Hi."
Damn, really? And then Ryan says, "Damn, really? I wondered why I haven't seen you in there for a bit. What for?"
Bringing up why Mercedes is not at the haunt anymore. LOL.
Ryan says, "Ha! Why is that? I've seen it asked, but haven't heard an answer. Carol? Question mark.
Nick. Well, I know why. I was the one who brought it all up. She was getting alcohol and drugs from Dallas, and let's just say they were getting inappropriate at the haunt. This is what I originally said, and then that post we just read.
So it's interesting because to us, because we see all, but we are kind of in this universe. It's kind of like this omnipresent thing where we're seeing their conversations, we're seeing their videos when they go through as actors, and then we were like, oh yeah, they become actors shortly late after. We have talked and interviewed several different people, including Mercedes. It's just like we're in all these different places, and I don't stop to think that, like, yeah, even though it's like this big known thing, what happened to Mercedes at McKamey Manor as a minor, it's a big known thing and a big deal to us, right? Mm-hmm. But at the time, like, I didn't even stop to think, is that possible that the other actors didn't know about it and that it was kept hush hush from everybody else? Like that. Yeah. Nick knew about it because he was there.
Right.
But the fact that
Ryan didn't is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. Because her last show was I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure her last show or one of her last shows before the incident happened was Ryan and Steve's, because that's the tour that we watched. And for anybody watching, what episode was her interview? Because she's coming up a lot here.
It's like 5, I think.
It's under videos. Well, it's on the playlist regardless, right?
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
the playlist. Steve Pure, August 5th, 2015. Am I able to bring a bat? So that is in regards to a post shared in Rejects by Mike Meacham. So Russ McKamey is going to be at Scare LA. Now is the perfect time to get out from behind the keyboard, man up, and tell him face to face what you really think.
And
So,
this was the Scare LA we watched.
mm-hmm.
And Mike Meacham was there, I believe.
You know,
along with Ryan.
so he came looking for a fight and now is mad because he's not getting the kind of hate or threat that stuff like the hater video had been telling everyone about. Then he says that's lame. So Russ was trying to get the haters to show up for a confrontation. But gave a platform. Oh well. Russ McKamey, August 31st, 2015. We really need to give Christina Busters her own improv show in October. She swears you cannot break her, lol. I give her 5 minutes. I just hope we have enough stuff to run a short show. I guess we'll figure something out. I love her, but we have to make our point.
That's so messed up. I just hope we have enough stuff to run a short show.
Yeah, so at this point, he doesn't have stuff up, I guess, right? Is this when we're just at the van?
Yeah. This may have been right before her last tour. Or was her last tour in 2016?
Last tour was in 2016. I don't think this is still talking about the second
right.
tour.
It's just like several months later talking about it. So I figured she would have had gone by then. But okay. Justin Robles says, finally putting a silence to our notifications would make me smile. Haha.
It would give me this Ryan Lawrence, it would give me great pleasure to shut her the fuck up.
Chad Rico. LOL.
Russ, mark down this date, 17 October. 3 dots.
Ryan. I say we just take her out in a field and beat her with clubs. I think that's all she really wants anyways. Haha. Jesus.
All right, so that was Ryan at the top. Beat her with clubs. That's all she wants anyways. Russ repeats. 17 October. Ryan says, that dude has had his chance. So something was said in between. Mike Meacham's now in here. I call shaving just one eyebrow.
Mike's been an actor for a while now at that point. Just doesn't talk often. I'm shaving her head all the way. I have a bone to pick with that girl. She wants to run her mouth. Well, we are going to make her seriously regret that. Mwahaha.
Mike, I know she contacted me saying we aren't yet.
Chad Rico, if I'm not booked to work the if I'm not booked to work the haunted trail that night, I can do it.
Fucking Chad. And then Ryan. Yeah, she writes me every now and then. I don't ever respond.
That's what makes me mad too. Is like, and again, it's just the actors with each other. So why put on a show about it, you know? So these are either them trying to be funny and sarcastic about certain things that they're saying, or just how they really feel.
Okay. So I'm going to read this next one. And then the one after that, I'm going to let you read because it's super long and it's 2 pages.
Okay.
It's actually more than 2 pages, but I only did 2 of the pages.
Okay.
So I was sent this morning by Danica. I don't think this can be overlooked. Steve, we need to talk about MM. Floor and I found some shit out today that we're literally willing to tell you guys for your safety. So either you and I can talk about it and you can pass the info along or have Russ Carroll text me. Regardless, we all need to be on the same page regarding this. There's a guy who was in New Reservations. Them was, I think then, was kicked out from there and joined McKamey Manor Rejects and has told us that his plans were to get into one day and die so his family could sue. He apparently also bought Russ's props. He legit in
Yeah.
Illinois off eBay to get back on the good side. And the stories go on for days. But it's really important you guys know what we do because Sean was spreading a rumor someone that went through the manor had HIV. And he admitted to making up that rumor to stir up bullshit drama. So McKamey Manor Rejects and New Reservations need to know about how much of a whack job he. I think it's supposed to be a he.
Okay, so this is at this point Danica is no longer an actor and she is deemed a hater. Her hater video has cuz I remember seeing this and then seeing what was going on in the rejects group at the time. At this point, Danica had issues with Russ, okay? Um had issues with her experience. We all watched the Rise of the Hater video, but she still had friendships with a lot of the actors. So this is her, even though they say a lot of them say some really not nice stuff about her, unfortunately, in this group. But this is Steve saying, I think we need to take this seriously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Steve posts a screenshot with Sean Foster, who I assume is the guy that this conversation is revolving around. Decided to make this into a product that is more living. The goal long term is to get one of those Haunter movie people interested in it and buy it out. Or how awesome would it be to make a movie out of it? Sean says, yeah, because Sean would be in blue, right? Yeah. Or no, Steve's in blue. Steve's in blue. Sean's in white. Steve says, are you talking about Sarah Parsons? Now, Sarah Parsons is the person that supposedly has the longest record of lasting time.
At this point.
Even in Tennessee, Russ says that she still holds the all-time record. Not even at this point. It's like when I was involved with he had me try to talk to Sarah to come back because she had the longest running record. Now,
According to him.
According to him. Yeah, Mercedes said to hold off with her. I was told she was an actor and someone that went through. Steve says she wasn't an actor. She was there for some of the shows, but she never worked one, just an observer. Talking about Mercedes, correct?
No. Sarah Parsons. Because he says, are you talking about Sarah Parsons? Yeah, Mercedes said to hold off with her. I was told she was an actor and someone that went through.
Yeah.
She wasn't an actor. She was there for some of the shows, but she never worked one, just an observer. I just want to collect and understand everyone's stories. Mercedes said there was some controversy between her and Russ, which could be interesting, but Mercedes felt she would just be doing it to get back at Russ, not to tell the truth, and all I want is the truth. And I would assume that that was actually a conversation between Danica and that guy, because she sent a kind of a warning to Steve, being like, even though I've got my issues with you guys, and I'm like pro Mercedes and pro like the McKamey Manor Rejects group, I still want to warn you because this guy's spreading.
So this next one This next one's a very long one.
All right, Russ McKamey, October 19th, 2015. Attention, fans and haters of McKamey Manor. Tonight, okay, so I'm going to say this was obviously copy and pasted multiple places and not just in the actors group, right? Would you guess the same thing?
I don't know. Once you get all the way through it, because he starts to say, break down the events.
All right, attention, fans and haters of McKamey Manor. Tonight at 6 o'clock for 2 hours, you'll have a chance to talk with me live and ask me anything you want. I can't wait to talk to the fans, but especially the haters. Smile. Okay. For all the people who say such ugly things about MM and myself, time to man up and call in and stop hiding behind your keyboard. MM fans, much love to all of you. And I'm excited to talk to you guys and gals as well, of course. So below is the link that our wonderful host shared a few days ago, complete with links on how to be part of the show. This should be a blast, and I absolutely can't wait to finally meet all of you. Russ McKamey.
So maybe that part was the copy and paste.
Yeah. Make sure to check out this week's Paranormal Connections radio show topic. We'll be talking with Russ McKamey. Okay, so this is
like theirs.
This is like when he did that with Alexis's post. Yeah. Where it's like it was him talking and then suddenly it's somebody else and there's like no. Okay. This is all something he's showing everywhere, I bet. So this is probably Christina George wrote this up. Make sure to check out this week's Paranormal Connections radio show topic. We'll be talking with Russ McKamey, owner of the Extreme Haunt McKamey Manor, where you have the chance to star in your own real-life horror movie. Only rules is that you cannot quit. You sign a waiver and the experience starts. It is so terrifying that most don't make it more than 30 minutes. This extreme haunt is highly controversial, being labeled by many as legal torture. Yet to others, this is just what the thrill seekers are looking for. The rumors have spread like wildfire, to the point that people don't know what to believe. So, if you have questions or concerns with McKamey Manor, I don't know why, I'm sorry, it's bugging me that instead of just a period, there's...
Sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 3.
I know, it's like, these are just normal sentences. You can repeat.
One has 5.
Sorry, it's like really bugging me. The rumors just spread like wildfire to the point that people don't know what to believe. So, if you have questions or concerns with McKamey Manor, this is your chance to ask them. We'll be talking with Russ McKamey this Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get you the answers you're looking for. Feel free to post questions, concerns, and opinions on this highly controversial topic. The call-in number is, and then Chris probably blurred that, I would assume. Okay. Yep. And you're all set to listen in. If you have a question or comment, press number 1 and you'll be transferred to the host queue. Also, if you would like to join us in our very active chat room, the links are below. Please feel free to share this event page and get the word out. Feel free to leave your comments and questions on the event page itself. Anyways, that post was him sharing everywhere, like, come on to the show. And it was Christina George's show, who ended up being big in the anti-McKamey Manor movement. I think maybe that was the first show that she did with him. I'm not sure. All right. Russ McKamey. This was from October. Don't know because I can't see.
October 13th.
2015. Okay. Make sure you're all ready for the weekend. Should be a ton of fun. I won't need everyone here, just the main players. Also, what does that mean? Like, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Do they know who the main players are?
I assume that it's just Steve, Ryan, and Nick. Maybe Andrew.
All right. All right. So just the main players. It got too crowded. Like, that would hurt my feelings if I wasn't a main player and I didn't know it. It got too crowded last weekend and some people weren't really doing anything. So just the main crew. Friday's interviews with some TV show from New York. Oh. I wonder what TV show that was. Um, I think she contacted a couple of actors. If anyone else wants to be interviewed, let me know. Saturday's show will be busy. Please bring what you need: duct tape, food coloring, wire cutters, hostage masks, etc. Oh, what's the date again? October
15.
15th?
So it's Christina's.
Yeah, and that's the one that was filmed, right?
Yes.
But, or like there was a TV crew there. Okay.
Yes.
I need one extra person to film with the camera. Any volunteers? 3 guests: Christina, Beth, and Spencer. I want them. I want to keep them together if possible. If we do separate them, use the rat trap as their holding pen, maybe. New pickup. Remember where the white barrier is by the school? Oh, that's so creepy that they by flipping school.
By the school. I'm moving this up. Did I?
Behind the barrier is a pathway that leads down to some really great areas, including a little pond. When I went there, I wasn't able to get to it, but I see it. It would be great footage to have them in the pond while we're doing the waiver. The film crew will be there shooting the pickup, so be on your crazy A game like last week. We'll use the truck again. Crazy food, please. This week it will be used.
So I question, this could be the second one, right? Because remember, on her second tour, she's in that swamp area.
Right. But the names. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Spencer has no idea we actually cut hair. He thinks it's like this was the second tour. He thinks it's like it was when he was an actor.
I didn't know that was the same Spencer.
He thinks so back when it was like a boo haunt. Oh, that makes me sad. Oh, especially he thinks it's like it was when he was an actor.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And then coming back and not realize. So Russ is acknowledging that he doesn't understand that it's now an extreme haunt.
Right.
Holy cow. And the difference is like insane. Christina says she will make the 6-hour mark and beyond. I did her interview this AM. She said bring it on. But she's an old woman, 44. Give me a break. Jesus. That's not an old woman. So we don't want to hurt her. She's a big fan, and that's great. Okay, well that's good. We don't want to hurt her.
After he kept saying she can't last more than 5 minutes. She can't last
more than 5 minutes, right. By the way, I just had an interview with Spencer Kane. He talked so much smack about the actors. You'll be shocked. He said he will be taking change of all of you and that he will squash you all like bugs.
I think
he went on and on. Yeah, I don't know. LOL. He thinks that it's all fake and that you will go easy on him. He also thinks the hair cutting is fake. He said he is the A male. So reading this and watching her second tour now, because I remember I was like, is this guy active? That was one of the tours where this was when I first started watching anything and had very limited knowledge of McKamey Manor. And that was one of the tours that I watched and was like, are these participants acting? Because they look like really traumatized, especially and very specifically him. I remember.
Yeah.
You don't see a ton of him in the video.
That was a brutal contract signing too. That's one of the more controversial ones because they're being slapped and water thrown in their face.
Yeah.
So this one confuses me. Is this... There's a weird part where I feel like Russ is copying and pasting what Justin said, but this one has to be Russ, right?
Yeah. What do you mean this has to be Russ talking about?
This is... Well, I'm just kind of shocked by the language. This is Russ, October 20th, 2015. Justin made it seem like he had nothing to do with it, and Mike's excuse was he never liked me, and I was a little quoted, but then
Oh, okay.
blocked me.
Yeah. I'm not, so I'm, yeah, that's him. I'm not that shocked by, because that's not him ad-libbing. He's
Ah,
quoting what
okay.
Mike,
Yep, yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
So Justin Robles, and then is that Mike? And I was a little fucking, do with it. And Mike
I
excuse was
have
he never
that
liked me. Okay, so that's
screenshot.
two of the old. Oh yeah.
I have that screenshot zoomed in so we can get into that.
Okay.
But like, just as a little spoiler, who was finger sucking? Because this screenshot's weird. Ryan, what did I miss? Russ, trying to find out which actors had a problem with Cody and why. I let him go today. Everyone needs to speak up. Let me show you what Cody says.
Be straight up with me, Justin. I was told you were part of the Hate Cody group, man. Wait, can you scroll up a little? Who's this from?
This is Justin and Cody talking. Cody Temper.
Okay.
Cody apparently worked a show because he let Cody go today.
So
But we
Cody
haven't
is
seen...
on this side, and then the blue is Justin.
Yeah.
Okay. Be straight up with me, Justin. I was told you were part of the Hate Cody group, man. But that one scene, I've talked to Christina. What I did was no worse, if not better, than half of the stuff that some of the other actors do. So I'm a little confused here.
Justin says, I didn't like the finger sucking shit, dude. I'll start there.
Cody. Okay, start there, but is there more?
Yeah, this is a huge team, dude. Can't just walk in here and call shots for the shot callers.
Jeez.
So nothing inappropriate happens or sexual. This Cody guy's sucking on fingers.
Yeah, they had an issue with it.
That's
But they
weird.
also have an issue with him because he was calling shots and he was the new
Yeah,
guy.
so is the issue more so the inappropriate finger sucking?
Yeah.
Or is it that he's calling shots?
Right. Well, the fingers, like, I mean, Russ is like huge on that. I'm sure that was very
I
uncomfortable.
draw a line.
You can put your fingers in their mouths, but you can't put your mouth on their fingers.
You do not suck on their fingers. What do we
Right.
do at McKamey Manor? We don't suck on fingers. That's what we do. All right, Russ McKamey, October 20th. Okay, this guy's saying all kinds of stuff. Basically, according to him, you all don't have any problems with him, but I do. Let me show you what he's posting. I need to know if this is how you feel. The most important thing MM has is integrity. I have to have your eyes and ears during the show. If something is not right, I have to know. If someone is not working out, I need to know. I dropped Cody off in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of New Mexico, with a train ticket. That's how I roll. So I won't want him back for a bunch of reasons. But I need to know what the real deal is. Here's what he's saying about me. 1. Russ, I don't want to know Russ, I just want to know the truth. No crap, lame excuses. The truth. Because I have talked to every single person that went through both tours, and everyone is pissed and confused. Even Spencer is confused. Or so he told me, but he hasn't said anything back to me since he said that he talked to me, so something shady is going on, and I think I deserve to know the real truth. So Christina's tour is done. People were not happy. Now, I've heard about this story about Russ just dropping this dude off in the middle of nowhere with just a train ticket. Steve says, who are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a very there's Definitely more, I think, to look into Christina Buster's tours, I should say. All right. So we do have an interview with Christina. What's it called?
My Immersive Life.
My Immersive Life. So if anyone's interested in watching that, we did that last year with her about her experiences with McKamey Manor. We haven't gotten up to her second tour yet, technically, in the timeline. So maybe that's something we'll actually review
Yeah, because she'd be good with that.
in the series. Yeah, ask her some more questions about it.
You want to
Excuse
read
me.
this one?
Yeah, so this is November 16, 2015 by Russ. It's time to mix up and cause a little ruckus. I'm finished with the desensitizing of the movies, starting with Lindsay B. Movie. It will be brutal. No more interviews, etc. Just rough, crazy footage. Time to spin the folks up again. Lindsay has agreed to film another ending of her tour at the water pickup. This will be shot at night and it will be terrifying. Do any of the actors want to take part in this? He was talking about Lindsay Boley, who did become an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm done with the desensitizing of the movies.
It's also showing movies being doctored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's willing to reshoot her, well, at least with the actors. Yeah.
We just got a few more, guys. A few more. All right. So this is Russ, January 5th, 2016. Show update. The company is having problems getting insurance. So this is one of the many shows like that ABC or Sci-Fi Channel, Discovery Channel that he keeps claiming are going to pick him up. The company is having problems getting insurance. So far, all the specialty haunt insurance groups have turned us down. Also, just want to remind everyone, I know you already know this, everyone who has taken the tour signed a non-disclosure agreement as part of their waiver, which includes the premise behind how we operate, the props and stunts, not copying anything about etc. I'll keep you all posted on the show once they have figured out the insurance issues. I have also had several other calls, including one from NBC, who wants to work with us. Currently, I'm under contract, so I can't go forth with any other offers for the time being. Thanks, and have a great day. Ryan just wants to see the sizzle reel.
Yeah, any chance of us ever seeing the sizzle reel. And then, Nick, you better figure it out, Ross. My poor family is suffering because I have inflicted pain. I haven't inflicted pain on anyone else in a while. Ha ha ha. This says something to me. The timing of it, the kind of like dangling of the golden carrot, the reminder about the non-disclosure agreement. Look at the time period. This is January of 2016, right? So we're just ending the 2015 year. I believe the later 2015 year and then going into 2016, this is when the brutality has really, really ramped up. I could be wrong, but this is when the just using the van, the whole chamber, right? Isn't that around this time period?
I believe so, yes.
So I think, and clearly there's been some dissent from multiple actors. We had the Anthony North, that was in 2015, who then started the Rejects, right? We had Cody. Justin was still there. But there's things aren't going great. Actors are feeling a little. People are leaving and they aren't happy, and then they're going and they're shitheads who are spilling our secrets, according to Ryan, right? I think there was a very specific reason for that post, and it comes from a very manipulative person.
So this is just, I think this was the first time that I saw the End Torture at McKamey Manor group come up, and that's why I took this.
And torture. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this is April 22nd, 2016. Chad Rico, LOL. It's a post from End Torture at McKamey Manor. I don't understand why people think that breaking a law within a waiver makes it okay. So if I make a waiver and it says potential death is possible in a small text, would that be acceptable? A big extreme yes, but the answer is still no. You could not make a waiver that will protect you in court for violating health and safety rights. In McKamey Manor's case, these come in the way of torture. It doesn't matter how much you sugarcoat it, fanboys and Russ, it's still illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nothing incorrect there.
mm.
That, yeah, I don't see anything wrong there, but Chad Rico had to share it in the actors group and LOL at it.
All right, Russ is sharing a post of one of his public posts. This is May 23rd, 2016. Just got this email a few minutes ago. Pretty cool, but we're not actually open till July, August in Arizona. I did tell them about all the other shows as well. Nice of them to reach out to McKamey Manor. I took a picture of this because he got an email from somebody, right? And I'm assuming he just copied and pasted it. Does this not seem like it could possibly be a scam?
My name is name withheld. And I'm contacting you on behalf of Warner Brothers Studios. Our new movie, The Conjuring 2, is opening in theaters on June 10th. It tells one of the stories of the terrifying paranormal investigator. I'm contacting you because I was wondering if you could potentially come to the San Diego McKamey Manor. Wait, if I could potentially come to the San Diego McKamey Manor to give out promotional items and screening passes to guests for the film. I could also get some screening passes and items for you and your staff. You can email me back here or give me a call at 909 so that we can discuss this opportunity further. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Name withheld. So maybe he edited that. Like that. Name withheld is a weird way to do that. Maybe he edited that and that was a real email. Okay. Why would they want to give McKamey Manor stuff? I get haunted houses.
I didn't know I was muted.
But that's a weird one to want to... Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be possible. Thoroughly misinformed.
I'll bring 50 passes. He's like, no, you only really got...
The thing I thought more interesting was that was a post in what, June? Saying we're not moving to Arizona until July or August. So I'm like, he's picked a state and he's moving?
Well...
And then it never happens.
So we've heard of Illinois, we've heard of the ranch, and we've heard of Arizona in like a year. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to talk about Arizona again a little.
Well, no, not in a year.
Well, 2015.
I think the ranch was 2013.
Okay, the ranch was 2013, but the other two.
2015 was
Illinois.
Illinois, and then I think also New Mexico was an option. But that was the big Illinois, we're moving to Illinois one. And now in 2016, we're, probably within a year, we've got a new place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. San Diego, this is Russ, June 6th. San Diego actors. While the Arizona deal is being worked out, the business partners are having issues with coding and the police, as I knew they would, but that is their problem, so to speak. I have enough deals in the works to worry about, LOL. But I was thinking maybe we should start doing the haunt here again with what we can. But I will need help moving the animatronics from the backyard to the garage. We'll need all the space in the back to use all the stunt stuff. So if you guys actually want to do this, it will take a good day to move everything, to free up everything, and set up stunts. Let me know. So, hey guys, we are moving, but why don't we still do shows again?
Here. Right. And who are these business partners? And I've
Yeah.
got so many deals in the works. Really? How did that all work out for you?
Chad says that would be awesome if you brought it back to your home. Let me know. I'm all in. Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in. Let's give these haters some shit to really bitch about. Russ,
Yeah.
let's do the weekend on Sunday. Going to need the reg crew.
All this free labor. And that's something too about the Arizona move. But he
I don't
multiple
think.
times towards the end of like in the 2016, because 2016 there's not a whole lot, right?
So isn't there like a 27,000 person waiting list?
Yeah.
On June 12th, 2016, Russ says, I think all the big talk from all the people who say they want the tour is a bunch of scared people talking. They are afraid of MM. We may not get anyone who is willing to try.
Wow.
All right, we're almost done. Got
Okay.
just a couple left. Russ McKamey, June 12th. Start calling out the wimps on the page. This is stupid how scared they are.
On our page.
On our page. So he's trying to provoke people to make them feel like you see
Did he have official then?
new reservations.
Oh, okay.
So, and then Ryan shows that he did his bidding. I got the rejects page. Good deal. July 2nd, 2016. Russ. Okay, this is what I just sent him. Know the safe word. I did this to kind of show like how stupid his version of the
Mm-hmm.
safe word is because it doesn't make sense.
He got so mad about having to have a safe word too,
Mm-hmm.
that it ended up turning into just a humiliation thing.
Well, not even that. Like, this isn't like he doesn't actually like. Let me read it all, and then I'll get to my point. Okay, this is what I just sent him. Know the safe word. Hi. Nice meeting everyone and thank you for the food. I was thinking that in your case, I'm going to officially give you a safe word, just so it can't be said that I did it. It's the paranoid person in me, I guess, lol. So your word or phrase is my name is Nancy and I'm a namby pamby sissy pants or words to that effect. Just have to do this. Don't use the phrase. Just don't use the phrase. So, words to that effect. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
isn't the purpose of saying a safe word so that there is one thing or even okay, let's just say safe phrase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying the safe phrase, a very specific thing that you say, not or words to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
So what if he says,
Well, it
"My
doesn't
name,"
matter to him
right?
because he just has to do this. Just don't use the phrase.
Yeah, my name
There's
is.
so,
He says, "My name is Mike, and I'm a namby pamby sissy pants." And Russ says, "Well, I'm not stopping. You didn't say Nancy."
mm-hmm.
So July 3rd, 2016. I'm assuming that person who gave the safe phrase to. This is the same person. Looks like he's pretty upset about today. I'm trying to talk with him, and he's a completely different person. Nick says, haha, sucks to suck.
He
Chad,
never names him.
mm-mm. Chad, what's he saying? Russ, I asked him if he was going to turn on us, and he said, I don't know, man. Ryan, oh, damn. I sent him a message a little while ago checking in with him and telling him how good he did. Russ, yep, he's really upset about the marks on his neck and his jaw and teeth. Marks on his teeth.
What was that upset about today? And that was, let me write this date down. July and his
This is
teeth. Marks on his
July
neck.
3rd, 2016. Marks on his neck, jaw, and teeth. Ryan says, "What's up with his neck and teeth?" Chad, "I don't even remember him talking about his neck, lol, just his jaw." Russ, "I'm pretty worried now." Ryan, "What's he saying?" Russ, "When I asked if he was turning against us, he said, 'I don't know.' He listed his injuries." Chad, "But he signed a waiver, and you have him on film saying that he knows what he signed up for, etc. That's always the go-to." Ryan, "Did you look at his tape to see what happened to his jaw?" Russ, "Not yet. He says it all happened in the van." Ryan, "I never saw him get hit in the face other than us smacking and pushing him around. And I was smacking his ass and back with that molding."
Hey,
Chad, huh?
July 3rd, right?
Yeah.
This is the first ever The Chamber movie released exclusively here on McKamey Manor YouTube channel on July 2016. Brian was the very first contestant to attempt the challenge. The Chamber, McKamey Manor's latest creation into the world of survival horror. Currently, Brian holds the record with a stay time of 3 hours. Congrats, my friend. And we all know what the Chamber is, right?
Yep.
Do we need to remind people? That's
And
getting the shit beat out of you in a van.
Reed just called it too, so that's
This
Brian's.
is Brian's tour. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
So Chad says, yeah, he only got smacked a few times in the van. It was mostly making him take off and put his costume on and off. Ryan says he was falling all over the place. So this person on July 28th was going to go through, has a class of 2014 seniors. He says, so is she 21 then? That's what Nick says. Russ's response, she's 20. I'm making an exception. She has medical letters. Again, another female under the age of 21. This is now 3. Here's the last one, and I saved this one for last. Oh, never mind. It's second to last. Let me see what this other one. I might save that one for last. Okay, no. We got 2 left.
October 24th, 2016, Russ McKamey. Great job today, everyone. Steve Fox, thanks for bringing that new blood. It looks great on film. Looks like a total bloodbath. Crazy. Laura Brotherton actually took herself to the ER just to be sure. LOL. Ryan Lawrence, Steve Fox, Christopher Bryan, Mora. Christopher Brian Mora Gax.
It's just a long name. I think it's all one person.
Oh, okay. Nick Baldwin, Chad Rico, Lindsay Bully, Mike Meacham, and Beth Hippie. Really great job. Thanks.
That is everybody who was at Lori's tour.
So if Lori didn't know, there you go.
Yep.
Looks like a total bloodbath. She even had to take herself to the ER just to be sure. LOL. That part pisses me off really bad.
And here is our last one.
I've decided we are not. Sorry, August 1st, 20. Oh, this is going back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. August 1st, 2014. I've decided we are not going to dumb down the haunt too much. So we're going to go full throttle for the most part. I'll let the show worry about editing. So it's game on, which means all of you really have to know what to do. This has to be clockwork and everyone has to be able to take over the lead roles on the spot. Sound okay? Yeah, this was back when Mercedes was still there. So we just covered 2014, 2015, and 2016. Those are really the years of the actors group. You guys, if you want to see the entirety of that group, where can they see it, Chris?
It's going to be on the website. I got 2014 and 15 done, and once I get
Okay.
2016 uploaded, which will
It'll be
hopefully
viewable.
yeah, it'll be viewable for everybody. I have it broke down into months so that you can go to see all the posts in order in that month. I have them all edited, so it's just me actually having to upload them.
Yeah.
So
So
it looks good. It's very organized and easy to flow through.
and it goes through 2016. As we all know, 2017 is when the Tennessee move happens. Will Once we are done covering 2015 and 2016 tours, we will be going into 2017. We'll be going into a lot of detail about that move. We're going to be in Tennessee. And as we all know, the social media nightmares did not stop in 2016. Just because the actors group, he didn't have actors and the actors group got closed down, we still got the official group.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple hater groups. Plenty of drama. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
that will all be covered alongside of the Tennessee stuff.
yeah, social media nightmares part 3 will be way down the line when we get to
Yeah.
Tennessee, but it will come back because I
Yeah.
think the social media part of this is what kind of
Mm-hmm.
stirs up the current day controversy a
Absolutely.
lot.
Absolutely. And the transition from solely just filming tours and making YouTube videos to decision to like not show stuff on YouTube and to do Facebook Lives in a closed group instead.
Mhm.
All that stuff is interesting, and we're going to be covering all of it
Yep.
until we get to where we are right now, which is, I don't know, probably a third, fourth, and fifth episode of lawsuits.
Right. Um, who knows? It may be its own series. Um, so
It is. It is.
yeah,
We have decided it's so because we have 2 episodes now.
yeah. So with that, thank you all for joining us. And don't forget to hit the like on the way out. And we are almost to 1,000 members. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. You can mute us if you don't want to hear from us, but just subscribe.
Just subscribe and then ignore us because we really are so close
So
to that
close.
1,000.
Yeah. So thank you all for hanging out, and everybody have a good night. Bye.